All right, so Josh Roper, thanks for taking a moment. Tell me about your thoughts on the day.
Yeah, today was, it started off a little shaky, a little rough. Had some unfortunate mistakes that I made on my first lap. And then going into my second lap, I was able to clean up some of them mistakes, but I still had a few slack dabs, ones here and there that I really did not need. So that kind of set me a little bit further back than what I would have liked to be. I'd like to be closer to Pat and Jorge, but I had a 10-point gap between myself and Alex Myers going into the shootout. And all the shootout sections were really good. I really enjoyed them. I feel like it kind of suits my riding style a little bit more. They were definitely big. It had a nice mixture of everything, big stuff and technical stuff, but I mean mainly big stuff. But other than that, it was great. Ended up cleaning the pro shootout, so I was pretty happy with that. And what a way to just end round 3 on that note. And I guess we'll just look forward to some more tomorrow.
All right, so pretty excited to join Murphy Aaron, who is the youngest pro out there. Talk to me a little bit about what it's like stepping up to this new class.
It's obviously a lot harder, a lot bigger stuff, more technical, and the sections are longer, so it's a lot harder on the body, on the bike. It's weird moving up because the style is a lot different too, but to me it's more fun. In expert, it was I don't know, more technical and less big stuff, which I did not like. So in pro, I like having all the big stuff.
Awesome. So you're enjoying yourself so far. Talk to me about today. What did you think about your overall thoughts on the day?
It started out all right. The sections were really good. They were harder than Texas for sure and a lot bigger. This started out a little rough. I got 5s in the first 2 sections and they were pretty easy sections. So
maybe just some nerves.
Yeah, it was some nerves. And then, but after that, I just tried to click off some cleans and good rides, and it ended up pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm talking about that pro shootout. There's a big crowd there, some huge stuff. Have you ever hit anything that big before?
Some of the stuff I've hit big, but there was like the last section. It was so gnarly. It was so big. It was so scary being up there. It was like 20 feet in the air. And windy, it was so scary.
Yeah, it was like X-Trail. Nice job up there, man. You stayed composed really well.
Yeah, thank you.
Super pumped for you.
Thank you.
Nice job out there today.
Thank you.
Jorge, nice job today. Congratulations. How did you feel about the day today?
Well, hard day for me. Pete is really strong. He makes me suffer a lot in the day. In the section 1, I make a big mistake. I make a 5, and then all the day I was fighting and recovering the points for him. But him is really strong all the race. Then in the shootout, you say the
shootout, yep.
Shootout, the last sections, I enjoy a lot. I feel, well, like always, I feel really strong with the bike. The new Honda is amazing. I feel really comfy with the bike. The shootout is really nice sections, scary sections, but I love it. And I think it's good to improve the level for me, to be fighting with all the USA riders. They have a really good level. First of all, say also thank you to all the public that is there helping us and helping all the riders. I'm very happy. Then I want to say thank you to Martin Belair from Honda to give me this opportunity, because without him it's impossible. And also I want to give my victory today to him, because I know that for him it's really important race. His dad is the owner from the race, and then I feel like a pleasure to be here with all the USA riders and to ride in the Trial Espana.
All right, Pat, great job out there today. Just wondering your thoughts on the overall day.
Thanks. Yeah, it went really well. The morning sections were actually more difficult than expected. Typically when we have a shootout, the sections are a little more mellow in the morning, but I was riding really well and felt good and was able to figure them out. There were some tricky ones, but just had 3 points. So I was leading going into the shootout, which I actually didn't really want to be in that position these days. It was a lot of pressure and I was feeling it. The first couple of sections I was a little shaky, and then I ended up just kind of cracking, really. I just made a big mistake in section number 2, second ride, just kind of froze up and messed up and took a 5, so that was the end of that. But I was able to enjoy it a little bit more after that, just pressure off, and just kind of moved on from all the pressure that people put on me after leading going in. So overall, good day, and I'm happy with my riding. The bike works really well. Some of that stuff was super sketchy, super big, and the thing just flew up it, so I had no excuses. And yeah, overall happy to have a solid ride today.
So I'm joined by Brian Roper. Nice job out there today. What did you think of the sections today here in California?
Yeah, sections were great. They weren't too long, so I was able to conserve some energy for the shootout sections. But overall, Daniel set up a great trial for the first 2 laps. Yeah, Jeff set some pretty big stuff for the pro shootout. Per usual, that's how it's supposed to be for the L trial. And when I was walking them, I thought I would only get through one section. There's a lot of big stuff, and for being 31 with 2 kids and not as much practice time as I used to have, definitely very nervous going for some of the bigger stuff. But I actually rode much better than it looked, and was able to actually get through all the sections except for the one that I thought I was going to make it through. Kind of funny how that works out. But section 4 was definitely scary. To be honest, I was trying to figure out a way how to not ride that section because it was just that big, and I have to go to work on Monday, and so it's but luckily stayed safe, and huge shout out to all the minders and stuff for catching bikes and doing all that.
Saturday started off pretty good. Sections were a good mix of technical and big stuff. They definitely made it tricky, boxing us into a couple different places. So some short run-up stuff that we had to get really good at the timing, and that was good. I didn't feel like I quite rode as well as I have the potential to ride, which is kind of a bummer. But I kind of kept my head held high, and my loop stores stayed consistent as well, which is nice. And then coming into the shootout, I was pretty much a nervous wreck there on the first section. I 5'd it, and as many people know, the last shootout I rode, I ended up breaking my arm, and I have titanium plate in here to prove it. So I was pretty nervous. I just wanted to get through it and ride safe and have as much fun as I could. And it was just wide open hit after wide open hit, which apparently is the trial style around here. I'm not really used to that. What I was able to do some rocks that I couldn't think I could do before. If only 12-year-old me could see the big rocks I was doing, it was pretty incredible. And I was able to get through every shootout section at least once. So I was happy with that, and I stayed safe on the bike, and I had no mechanicals, and it was running good for me too. So yeah, overall I'm pretty stoked on how it went. Just staying safe is my biggest priority with those shootouts like that. So to do that and come out unscathed is good for me.
Awesome. All right, so Alex, tell us about your Saturday.
Yeah, the days that you have shootouts are always kind of tricky. You don't quite know what to expect in the morning. Sometimes they're really, really easy because there's giant sections coming later. Today was actually pretty tricky. You really had to have your wits about you. So just going through the sections, I had a really bad first loop, but we cleaned it up for the second and ended up really strong and got in a pretty good spot for the shootout. It's based off of the order of the morning section, so I was happy to be kind of in the middle. I don't like to watch too many people ride, and so going into the shootout, I've always really struggled with it, and today I really just rode like I really didn't care, honestly. Just huck yourself at giant rocks and hope it sticks. So luckily we made out pretty good, only a couple big mistakes in the shootout, but overall I'm pretty happy. Had a giant cushion to either side of my position today, I think 20 points either way, so it's kind of off in my own and just trying to make it through.
Pat is one of the most precise riders. Stay low, beautiful. Bridges to the exit, bicycle track. And he takes and seems to save it. How incredible is this kid? 16 years old. His minder, Mike Wanger, shouting positives, keeping the young buck in line.
You're good. Get it up here.
Two-story rock up next. and he executes perfectly. Of someone who's been riding for many years. Beautiful, beautiful.
Get there. You're good now to get going. Yes,
He chooses to keep the arm curve just in case he needs it. Brian almost, and he fails to make the gap. And it's a good thing he's sponsored by Progressive Insurance because he just executed that perfectly. Beautiful, beautifully executed. Watch with how much power Will executes every maneuver. He's running. This 20-year-old has no fear.
I got a lot of fucking fear.
Extra power all the way to the top rock. Let's see. Perfect position to exit. Opposite side of the retire, and he does it. Beautiful ride for Alex Myers. Hits that rock with such an incredible amount of force. Do you hear that? That noise, that thud that hits you in your chest? That's the rim. That's the rim hitting the rock. Now these tires, ladies and gentlemen, these are special Dunlop tires meant for these athletes. You can actually purchase these at your local Dunlop dealer. They fill these tires to navigate these. He executes perfectly. Beautiful, beautiful execution. Alex chooses to. Beautiful exit, lots of forward momentum. Beautiful execution. Minor stumbles, it's all right. He's a veteran, he gets up, he's getting to where he needs to go. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let these guys fool you. A game of inches. Watch how those tires flex. Josh executes beautifully. This feet.
Oh, that was so close to not going.
Beautiful ride. Bobbles a bit, but he recovers beautifully. That's what Josh is known for. Execution. Amazing. Josh with another clean ride. That's why it's called the shark ride. Little bite. Amazing job. You notice how they keep their front end high. They're almost going up that rock past vertical in order to miss their front tire on that ledge. You hear the difference in tone on the four-stroke motorcycle, the four-stroke Montesa. Now Jorge Casales. Jorge is sponsored by Honda, Montesa Honda of Spain, non-stop trial stop short, lashes for Banietas Parks, Galfo Brakes, Michelin. Now I don't know how to. He is such a precise. Executes perfectly. Executes. Smage in Alcorn, Wisconsin. Pat choosing to soak up that last bump with his knees. Pat's minor, Luke Littlefield, is a friend of Pat's, but also a very trusted colleague. You can see how much trust Pat places in him. He listens to every indication of placement where Pat's tires are. That takes an extra. Beautiful ride by Pat Smage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Pat Smage. Hits the first step, jumps to the second. He's at the top. This last step, ladies and gentlemen, is so high up there. All your peripherals can see.
You're going
the
all the way over here.
Way far
Nice
below.
and easy.
And Murphy executes perfectly, takes a safety dab. I don't blame him. That's a very scary location. Murphy Aaron asks for the time. He wants to know how much time he has left. He has 90 seconds. 90 seconds to navigate. Oh my gosh! Like I said, that 30-degree angle makes me using that spring force to bounce. And it works for him. He puts both feet down, saves it from the 30-degree rock. Now this obstacle is so difficult to see. ladies and gentlemen. That maneuver. Hits that rock so beautiful. You see how he turns the motorcycle? That's so we can tell where the edge of the rock is. Josh! Nice. Slides and catches himself. I don't know what to call this one, the whale rock. Josh Roer perfectly. Rear tire's good. Rear tire's good, as Miner says. Yeah, and he's up and out. Clean score for Josh Roer. He makes that the first step. I'm going to be on top. I'm going to dip over straight to the side. He chooses to go down. I'm going to bottom here. That's a very tactical move. That's a perfect move to take. Can you balance and shift gears, or would you rather use the rock to balance the shift gears? Settle down. Tackle the 30-degree rock. Make some correction tops on the rear tire as he chooses to turn around with the front down. We'll raise the rock up next. That is such an incredible ride. Step with beautiful precision.
Yep.
All right, can we hear it for Pat Smage, everyone? Here's the 30-degree rock. Now, this obstacle is so tricky. When he goes up, stays on the rear tire. You see how he keeps the front tire in the air? That's maximum pressure on the rear wheel. Gets him up. The rock and up and out. No hesitation. Spins off the takeoff and isn't able to make it. But he keeps his feet on the pegs. The minder calls that a 5. Keep going. The minder tells him to keep going. And with the 30-degree rock, Will is unable to make it. Jumps backwards. Spin on the 30-degree. You can try after the trial if you want. Nope. Pat Smage spins, loses traction on the 30-degree rock. Let's hear from Murphy Aaron. And he makes it. Beautiful ride. His minor telling him to line it up. Murphy Aaron stumbles as he gets off that first rock onto the second. The new rules allow backing up while your feet are on the pegs. Normally that's not allowed, but currently that is allowed. As long as your feet are on the pegs, feet are on the ground. Makes it. No problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's only the first half. The second half, arguably considerably more technical, considerably more difficult. Potato chip rock. Causing a lot of difficulty. Murphy Aaron slips, he falls back. And person up, Brian Roper. As he hits the massive spiral, he throws his knees forward into the bike. Taking off in third gear. You're going downhill, you gotta keep the rear up.
Yep, good.
Brian Roper also gets tripped up by the tricky middle rock. Brian. Make it! Fighters catch him! That's why they're there. That is why you have the miners. Big stuff and technical stuff, so. All right, now let's get line is bright. Motorcycles, real jumps there to this gap. Straight over tires, pauses up there. That was, I think it's appropriate to say, a very sexy. Right? Bends the bike up over the potato chip rock. Straight into the stuff on the backside. Okay, let's focus on this. Razor. Okay, he goes for it. He makes it.
My birthday is over in Nebraska.
Perfect. Not a hard jumps up the Aquí vas. Derecha 2. Aquí vas. Bien. Bien. No problem. Looks like just how many? I got about the same. For the 531 team. Good effort. What a beautiful. You can call it fishing.
45 match.
Uses barely any moves to achieve what other riders take in many games.
30 seconds. Retire set. 20. Yep. Rear right 1. Right there, go. Go, Murph, let's go. Yes, 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 yes!
Oh.
Use it. Big pull. Right there. Go from there.
RPM dip and
Right there. You're good. 10 seconds.
Now you can tell that Jorge is focused here. And the reason I can tell that is an incredible amount of skill, this is, ladies and gentlemen. An incredible amount of skill. Jorge Casales.